There are lots of graphics options in CSGO, but do you really know what kind of difference these make? Global shadow quality changes how good shadows look at the map. High makes fine straight lines, but low makes them jagged. Texture quality changes how good the textures look. You'll notice that this makes a minuscule difference if you pay attention to the grass down here. This is the only difference I could find that it made, other than the gun model, which is also quite small. Effect detail makes the biggest difference to Molotovs and grenades. You'll notice that setting effect detail to high will make it much easier to see through the Molotov. However, if I set it to low, you can barely see anything behind the Molotov, making it almost as bad as a smoke grenade. Next is the shaders. This only makes a difference to models. I've compared side-by-side pictures of the CT model. You'll notice that setting it to low tends to make the model a bit darker, but on high, the details are much better. Next is multi-core rendering. What it does is lets CSGO use multiple cores of your CPU. If your CPU has, say, 6 cores, as opposed to 2, then it's going to make a much greater difference to your frame rate, upping it by up to hundreds, like it does with mine. Anti-aliasing makes jagged edges less visible. Setting it to a higher number will reduce jagged edges, but setting it to a lower one will do less. This makes a big difference to your frame rate, by the way. You don't want to set it too high. I set it to about 4 times because that's the point where I can't see any more jagged edges while I'm moving around. Play around with it for yourself. Once again, texture filtering doesn't work on my PC, so here's a side-by-side comparison from another game. Setting it to low makes faraway textures much blurrier than setting it to high, which makes them sharper. Next is FXAA, which basically is a crappy version of MXAA. Essentially what it does is instead of removing the jagged edges, it simply blurs them out. It makes such a small difference in CSGO that I suggest just turning it off. I've already made a video about VSync before. You can check the description if you want to watch it. The basics are that it deliberately delays your frames so that you can always get 60 FPS at all times. Motion blur blurs the screen whenever you're moving quickly. I've heard that it helps people with motion sickness play video games. I think it's a neat touch. However, it does limit your ability to see. The brightness option adjusts the gamma of the entire screen. You can't record or screenshot this gamma normally, so I've recorded it with my phone. Well, that's about it for the graphics in CSGO. Thank you for watching. If you have any requests for videos that I should make about these graphics settings, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share it with all your blah 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 blah.